So hi, and I removed this closet from the back of my wardrobe. This skirt from the back of my wardrobe, and I thought I would match it with more jewelry. But I have a serious topic, a literary topic, recognition of the figures of speech in today's copy of the Globe and Mail, and I have a point to make, which is that um, you know. Um, The Globe and Mail is a newspaper, and it predominantly discusses political issues, political aspects of our country's growth. Typically Canada, because we're Canadians, and it's a Canadian newspaper. So, since I'm writing, so I'm an engineer, right? As a chemical engineer with dual master's degrees and paid work experience, 2 years in the distant past when my son was a child. But since then, it's been an ongoing process of getting, working, getting back together in the saddle and that sort of thing. And actually, to all purposes, as I hear, I have made it. But I would, yeah, I would be curtailed, kind of, probably boxed in and in a lab, and the sky's the limit, working from home on my experiments and that sort of thing. I was looking for a part-time job, but also my supervisor may not like it. My supervisor has strange aspects to his nature, as I'm confiding with you, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And that may not be. And there's also a Voldemort aspect to him, and so that may not be right up my alley. Right? So it would not be good for my health, so to speak. So, anyways, so the Globe and Mail has political essays mainly. So there's a difference between creative writing or literary writing and political writing. So that was taught to me by Mr. Trudeau when he was Prime Minister of Canada, because I was handing in a lot of work and sort of that was unpointed out lesson. So I kind of got, more political, and I say if I'm addressing some other issue, a relevant aside and that sort of thing. So no asides was a lesson he taught me. All right, no asides, and no, okay, this is not the newspaper. Um, so, so there's a huge difference between creative writing and political essay writing. So liberal arts graduates may not necessarily, get the nuances of political essay writing, because they've been less schooled in other areas. But social sciences, they should get it. I mean, so anyways, so yesterday I thought we were looking at Turner's Ancient Rome. Alright, Canada had this, Toronto had the light of, I thought, so Turner may have painted his Ancient Rome painting when when the volcano was erupting in Pompeii. Who knows? So it was all a yellow haze. So the Globe and Mail says in this picture, okay, and this is small. They have rather than read the whole line, I'm going to just say. So the smoke from forest fires in northwestern Ontario blankets downtown Toronto in a yellow haze on Wednesday. So envelopes, covers. So blankets is a figure of speech here. So it makes it warmer maybe, but it was actually cooler when compared to day before. But literally, blankets covers it. So that's a figure of speech, and so that's some sort of a metaphor. Blankets, or more like a non-living thing or an abstract noun being compared to a human quality. So it's not personification. This is more like a metaphor. And another, the Strait of Hormuz being called the vital artery, which carried about a fifth of global oil and gas shipments before the war, or vital artery. So the flow of ships across the Strait of Hormuz in either direction was the Hormuz was the blood flow kind of a thing, and the vital artery. So so that's a personification, because a non-living thing is being compared to a human element. All right. So that's personification, and that was it. I looked through at least the essays I found interesting. There was no other, um, and and then the report on business to the sports section. I came across reigning champions Argentina tops England 2-1, securing spot in final. You've probably all seen the match. So England, the England captain Harry Kane said, "We worked so hard to be here. The lads have given every bit of blood, sweat, and tears." So that's again a personification for every bit of hard work and disappointment is tears. So it's all being compared to human elements. So those were the figures of speech. And what else did I had another point. Let me, so this is more in jest, like the Seinfeld episode. So the lady says, decaf calf, and that kind of a thing. So she says, very challenging. I'm pouring decaf calf in one hand, caffeinated in one hand, and decaffeinated in the other hand. So uh, so I will address two notes here. One is that this morning I woke up, and then waited, and listen, getting half baked reports of my email, literally half baked reports of my email, and and I was waiting for breakfast, and I thought, what should I eat? And I told my husband, monumental decision. Should I eat a slice of bread? Because toasted, I'm thinking is I'm toast kind of a thing, for certain people, so I should just do plain bread once in a while. So with peanut butter or with cream cheese. So monumental decision on the peanut cream cheese on this side, peanut butter on that side, and weighing the odds here, which one wins out. Well, so cream cheese, white snow, but do I want snow? But then forest fires, they would want snow, and so maybe cream cheese, and then peanut butter, soft yellow haze, sunshine, beautiful sunshine. It's a milder day out here, when compared to the past few days. So I ate crunchy peanut butter, crunchy peanut butter. So I ended up eating peanut butter, but I should have chosen cream cheese, right? Yes, snow for the forest fires. So if you are in northwestern Ontario, please eat cream cheese. All right. So they're all being evacuated, some of them, and mostly indigenous folks, and it's kind of sad for them to go. Yeah, but once the forest fire is taken care of and things have quieted down, they can, I guess, go back to their homes. So yeah, and then a note of a lighter note. This was a little serious, so lighter note. Last note. The code of the male rooster says talk less about the missus and the kisses. So here we go. So, but I am showing you the kisses. All right. So there we go. I am done today. I enjoyed talking to you. Signing off, Gayatri BC. Thank you.